Good morning, welcome to the Morning Momentum. Today being the 9th of February, Friday. It's a good Friday. This is a daily compendium of local and international news, human interest stories, current affairs and expert opinion. And as we had earlier promised, we want to have an up-close and a candid conversation on the affordable housing. It is now becoming a nightmare. It's a paradox and it's making headlines every single day. Every single day a new thing comes up in regards to the affordable housing. Was it a good idea? Is it going to really meet the earlier intentions that was planned for it? For that and many more, keep it right here at the Morning Momentum. We have a guest in studio who is going to help us decode the affordable housing paradox. Welcome. So my guest is already in studio. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Well, introduce yourself to the viewers and tell them who you are and what you do.
Okay, Jeff is here. That is the name I'm popularly known as, but my official name, or rather my M-Pesa name, is Geoffrey Kipsang. I'm a nurse by profession, and I'm really passionate about politics, and that is why we are here as a youth political leader. Yes.
Well, we are also here to decode the affordable housing paradox.
Yes.
And we've all seen what has been happening in the past weeks, and my first question therefore would be, was the affordable housing a good idea?
Of course it was. Not really that it was a good idea, it is a good idea as we are speaking, because there is much that has come with affordable housing. For one instance, it has created job opportunity, that is one. There are people who supplies there with raw materials who also get something in return after supplying it. Three, there's an aspect whereby it's just as the name suggests, it is an affordable housing, and that means that it also targets a given number of people in our economy that who can able to raise such kind of money and have a house. Imagine having a house in Nairobi. How does it feel? It feels good. Yeah, so affordable housing project is one of the best projects we have.
You talked about creation of jobs.
Correct.
And my point of concern is, now, what happens to those people who are working at the affordable housing after the completion of the houses? Because this thing is not here to stay. It's something that is going to happen maybe within a year or a year and a half, and will be done with the construction. How is the sustainability of these jobs?
Very correct. When you go and review that report, it states very clearly that the government is planning to build 250,000 houses yearly. So that means until every year 250 houses will be building, a house unit will be built, and that comes now to a personal initiative. The moment you get employed, there is something we call a financial strategy, a financial plan, whereby you cannot just live by being employed all along. You need to invest, you need to save. Then after it has come to a tenor, then that is when a personal initiative that is now come up and do. Me as now Jeff, you get the point. I come sit down and say, now I've been employed by the government, I've been working in this project, I have to save, I have now to look for future. I want to be working there in the house unit project all along. So that one calls for a personal initiative, which needs to be embraced. You know, sometimes we become lazy. Tunasema, oh, gava itani-employ. But even if you are employed permanently, there is retirement, which calls for a personal initiative strategy. Yes.
Now, the affordable housing, from the statistics from the parliamentary board, parliamentary budgeting committee, they say that it may not be affordable to the people who were earlier intended to buy the houses. And you are telling us that these houses are affordable. What makes you think they are affordable?
They are affordable in that people, you know, by the virtue, our economy comprises of three. That is the high earners, middle earners, and the low earners. You get the point? Now, the committee realized one thing. One of the things that the committee realized is that it may not have helped, or it may not be beneficial to the people who earn very little in the economy. You get the point? And that is why it has been brought to an accountability whereby it has been grouped into three. There are people who earn more than 20,000 and below, then 20,000 and above, 20,000 to 149,000, and the people who earn above it. So depending on which type of house you need, there is zile mabed sita, kuna zile 2 and 3 bedrooms. So depending on which one you have, concerning your economic stability. Yes.
So then, what criteria determines the eligibility for the affordable housing?
As per now, unless it has been reviewed, it is how much you earn. Because you see, the way it has been grouped by how much you earn monthly. Those below 20,000, those on 20,000 and above 150,000. Yes.
Well, now, so how was the original intention implemented, or how did this affordable housing program, how was that idea birthed, if you may be having a clue?
To be honest enough, the president has always been clear. The main intention for this affordable housing is to create job opportunity. That is the main core objective of the housing. And at times we tend to forget that the affordable housing, it is not the slum upgrade housing. You see the point? They are two different things. So at times we tend to think that the affordable housing is a slum upgrade housing, and that is why I tend to think that the confusion comes there. Yeah, which needs to be elaborated well to a normal Kenyan mwananchi.
Okay. Well, so then, just a point of concern,
yes,
taking you back to what the Parliamentary Budgeting Committee said.
Yes.
So, why were they raising these concerns that this affordable housing may not be affordable and benefit the poor people who are the earlier intended persons to own the affordable houses?
One thing that the committee that sat down and birthed this committee failed is one. You know, the fact that it is affordable doesn't mean it is for the poor. Affordability comes with the class. You can be very you can afford a Range Rover, you can afford a premium. That is one of the failure that committee had. That is one. Two, in every public project or government project, there must be failures. There must be weaknesses, and there must be a strength in that thing. When I get in every project. Now, one of the as I said earlier, one of the failure is it didn't give out a clear indication or a margin. How affordable are these people who will be owning that house? That is one. Two, it doesn't intend to the common mwananchi the way the president said it. Ule mama mboga, ule mtu wa pikipiki. Now those one in this plan, I tend to think that they have been forgotten. Something that needs to bring us on board. Let us think about this thing. Let us review its main objective and its main target. Yes, sir.
So then, how are these concerns that have been raised by the PBO going to be addressed?
As we are sitting now, today is on Friday, right?
Yes.
So tomorrow, from next week, when you go and review, there is the committee, after analyzing and coming up with the two main objectives which they had raised, the Parliament decided to go and sit and review that project. So we are yet to hear from them. Yes.
Well, there has been a lot of concern about the transparency of handling this cash that is being deducted from people's salaries to facilitate construction of the affordable houses. How are we going to ensure that there is transparency in handling the money?
Pertaining the Parliamentary Budget Committee, the rest two concerns. One is the one we've raised here. The poor may not benefit to the project. That is one. Two, the other thing that they realized is that there must be transparency. And they came up with a framework that will only limit the government to use the money collected for this kind of project to be only used for that purposes. And there is a bill, it has been proposed to the parliament. Mm-hmm. We are yet to hear from it, and I tend to believe, and I believe it will pass, so that the government can be brought to an accountability, whereby we know hii pesa imetumika kwa hii project, ijapeleka kupeleka vitu zingine, or it doesn't benefit the few political leaders, as we all know. Yeah.
All right. Keep watching the Morning Momentum. We are taking a short break, and we are still coming back with more stories on the affordable housing paradox. Keep interacting with us via our SMS line 0719144144, and we'll be able to sample your sentiments on the other side of this broadcast. Don't go away. The best is yet to come.
Welcome to Koradini Catholic School, where academic excellence meets faith-filled education. At Koradini, we strive to cultivate young minds, nurture spirits, and build a foundation for a bright future. For the last decade, Koradini Catholic School has been a beacon of academic excellence and a community where students, parents, and tutors come together to create a supportive and enriching environment. From modern classrooms to advanced laboratories, our facilities are designed to foster academic excellence through our dedicated faculty and sports activities where learners develop social skills. Partner with us for a guaranteed wholesome journey of faith, knowledge, and a community that defines Koradini Catholic School. For more information, you can reach us via 0715-818-348 or 0726-921-061 or email us at schoolkoradini@gmail.com. Koradini Catholic School, formation and education.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Triple side, kata simu manze. This is Rising Star, the best show in East and Central Africa, au sio manze? So leo manze tuko hapa Kanairo, au sio? I go by the name Alex, or you can call me the guy. So sisi kama Rising Star manze tumekuja na vitu mzuri. Hii mwaka tumeamua tunapiga shughuli safi vile mnataka, hivyo ndio tunapiga hii show, au sio? So kwa Rising Star tutakuwa na segment zingine hatari. Kitu ya kwanza tutakuwa na tea. Tukimalizia show yetu manze tutakuwa tunawaletea tea, what is trending, and then also pale tutakuwa na games. Mnajua nini na games manze? So guest wetu akikam through tutakuwa tunacheza game, alafu pia tutakuwa na ile segment pia ya maswali ya kujua wasanii wetu wametoka wapi, challenges zenye wamekuwa wakipitia, au sio? Yes. Bila kumalizia manze, tunasemaga mnaweza tupata pale YouTube at Younib Media TV, au sio? Yes. So bila kupoteza wakati manze, thank you so much, we love you so much, continue watching Younib TV, and this is Rising Star. Kaboom. That's it.
Welcome back to the Morning Momentum. If you're just joining the conversation, you are rolling with the host with the most. Alfonsoh is my name, and this morning we are decoding the affordable housing paradox. Geoffrey Kipsang is our guest. Now, Geoffrey,
Yes.
let's talk about something here. Distribution of benefits.
Yes.
Can you provide insights into the concerns that were raised by the PBO in regards to distribution benefits? Who are the people who are going to most likely benefit based on the earning demographics?
Okay. As I stated earlier, one of the failures of this housing, affordable housing, is the mama mboga and the boda boda may not benefit from such kind of project unless they get employed. The reason why I'm saying this is because of one. This housing project, the beneficiary have been grouped into three. There are those that earns 20,000 and below, and those ones that earns from 20,000 to 150,000, and those that earn above 150,000. So it has been classified as that one. Now, you tell that you may find that there are people who earn less than 20,000, but or rather there are people who are not employed. The mama mboga is not employed by the county, is not employed by the central government. So this project, it doesn't include them. And I've said earlier, it is one of the failure that needs to be brought on board and be discussed, so that it can cut across whether you are earning, whether you are hustling. Mambo ni mambo ya hustlers. Even the normal hustler can benefit from affordable housing.
That brings me to my next question.
Yes, sir.
Currently, it is the people who are salaried and employed that are paying for the affordable housing project.
Yes.
What plans do the government have to ensure that at least everybody is included? Because as we speak, people who are self-employed, they have the obligation to either join the program or not to join the program.
Yes.
What measures can be put in place to ensure that everybody is included in the affordable housing project?
If I can be included in that panel, I could have raised this concern. As we are reassessing the efficiency and the inclusivity of this affordable housing, I would suggest that even a framework be put in place whereby even those self-employed, they can be given an opportunity to contribute. Let them be given a percentage and let them be faithful, whereby you just go to the bank, you deposit and you have the receipt. Once the project is done, you are assured of having a house there, and you have full documentation and say, this is how much I've raised and these are my documents. If I can be given an opportunity to advise the same, that is what I could have put in cross.
Good. Another bond of contention that is concerning the affordable housing is the issue of the land.
Yes.
And the NLC warned that there may be potential controversies revolving around land between the county governments and the national government, because some of these affordable housing projects are being built on the land that belongs to the county government.
Yes.
So how are they going to navigate this in case of any eventuality?
Currently, we have the government committee, right, headed by a governor, right. Now, the one it's one of the failure that I think the people who came up with this plan did not oversee. Because of this reason, the county government, its main role was only to give up a land. The central government has the plan, it has collects the money. Now it's upon the county government to give upon a land. Whether the land is idle and utilized, but still the county government needs to give out a land. And it's a controversial whereby it has not been brought out clearly. In that, after the money has been collected, where does it go? Will it lie on the central government or the county government? And it is one of the failure, and that is why the parliamentary budget committee thought it wise to sit down and raise some such kind of concern. It is a good idea, and we don't want to bring it to an end. We just want to go back on board, bring somebody on board, give your, what do you have as a woman? Jeff, come here, we talk and come up with good project, a good framework, so that such kind of question can be brought into clarity.
This project seems to be having a lot of missing links. Was it a rushed project, or what is really happening?
I tend to think it is not a rushed project. It's only that the people who were founding this thing, or the people who are given the mandate to sit down and come up with this plan, there are some things that they didn't raise up. And I tend to think the reason why this affordable housing project has faced a lot of opposition is because it is a lot of failure. There are things that has not been brought out clearly, and that is what gives people problem here. We need something that is clear. We need something that we can understand. If the government can decide to sit down and do some reassessment there, come up with a good framework to address such kinds of issues, I think people will be good to go.
Sounds good. What measures are being put in place to ensure long-term affordability of this affordable housing project?
Honestly speaking, about the future affordability, I'm not sure about it. But one thing I know is that the parliament has been given an obligation. Having that the parliamentary budget committee sat down, discussed about the same, there are things that that committee cannot emulate or put into action. After discussing, realizing what needs to be done, who needs to be brought on board, they are being tasked. They task who? The parliament. So upon, just as I said, the parliament will be sitting next week. So we are yet to hear more from them.
Well, are there any plans to conduct a comprehensive review or audit of the affordable housing program?
Of course there is. The moment it has been taken to Parliament, what do we expect? That is what we are looking forward to. And I believe that our Member of Parliament will do a good job. We'll sit down, discuss, put aside the controversial issue they have, the wrangles they have, as long as the political affiliation is concerned. They sit down and address this thing as a nation, as people who have been elected by a Kenyan Mwananchi to represent them, and that is what we are looking forward. Yeah, that is my plea to the Parliament.
Well, the legislatures are coming from their long holiday, probably next week.
Yeah.
And they are going to have a debate on these concerns that have been raised about the affordable housing projects. What should we expect from them?
I can't say. I hope. I tend to think that they'll have to sit down. They had a discussion earlier, you remember? The judiciary and the executive, of course. And one of the things I tend to think they discuss about the housing levy. That one I'm very sure of. So we are yet to see more, we are yet to hear more, we are yet to see a lot of change coming in, especially now that the parliament has been tasked to sit and discuss about the same. Now that the judiciary also, they are coming back to task and also discussing about the same. So we are looking forward for great change about the housing levy and the affordable housing too. Yes.
Well, what would you tell Kenyans in regards to this? Kenyans are confused, sincerely speaking. And right now what they need is just some hope to cling on a little bit, to keep them going. So as we wrap up the show,
yes,
what is your parting shot to the Kenyans?
I just want to tell Kenyans this way, that the project is good, regardless of the challenges it has, the failure it has. But I tend to think if the national government, the county government sits down and discuss about the same, and they bring the concerns of the people on ground, let the mamamboga, the boda be included in that levy, in that affordable housing, then it will be it's an amazing project, and I tend to think that it is one of the projects that will change this country.
All right, thank you so much for tuning in to the Morning Momentum. This brings us to an end of today's session of the Morning Momentum. Thank you so much, Geoffrey, for gracing the Morning Momentum.
I hope you are also taxed. I'm looking forward to have one.
I will be having an affordable house.
Nice.
Yeah, so thank you so much to all those who made this broadcast a success. Elias, Muchina behind the camera, together with Grace, Nduta. and the Chief Controller, Anifa Kavira. See you next week, same time, same place. Until then, do have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.